Alright, so this is part 2 of what is SEO. The first video had a lot of information crammed into it. Sorry, it's just, later on the videos will be more specific on each topic. And I'll probably go back and revise a lot of videos as we keep doing this. Part 2 of what is SEO is going to really break down your website into 3 different things, or your campaign into 3 things, which I think if you focus on just these 3 things, if you're a beginner, you can start with these 3 and then build your way out, but these 3 will get you started. So when you have a website, right, brand new website, what are we going to do? What are we going to do to get you more traffic, get your rankings higher? The number one thing you need to worry about is the content you build. Content is king, was king, and will remain king, right? So you want good content on your website. You want to build out good quality backlinks. And you want to be active on social media. Alright, now when you build your content, you need to make sure you have a content structure for your website. For example, if you are a lawyer, right? What you don't want to do is just have a home page, about us page, services we offer page, where everything you have you just put on one page, contact us, and that's it. That's not going to rank you anywhere unless you're in a town of like 500 people. What you want to do is you want to break down your content into a good content structure. What this means is, for you lawyers out there, right? If you're using a cookie cutter SEO plan, it's only going to get you so far. An example of content structure would be you have your home page, about us. Maybe your about us page can break down into categories, right? So about us breaks out into our team, and then every team member underneath. You have the practice areas or services we offer, right? Let's say you offer personal injury and criminal defense. Have a page for personal injury. Have a page for criminal defense. Now let's say within criminal defense you do DUI and drug cases, right? Make a subcategory within criminal defense called DUI, drug defense. You're breaking this down into proper categories and subcategories, and thus you're making a proper content structure. Your stuff is not all over the place. If someone comes to your website looking for a specific service, they can easily navigate around. Not only is this helpful for people coming to your website looking for information, but when Google goes through your website, they'll see, hey, this is properly structured out. It's a clean, neat, organized website, and that is going to help your rankings. All right, so content, what is content? Content is your static pages. Static pages are pages on your website that are not going to be updated very often. So the About Us page, services we offer. If you're, say, contractor, right? You do bathroom remodeling, you do kitchen remodeling, you do like maybe tiles and floor work. You make a page for each of these services. The work you do is not really going to change every other month, every couple. Maybe once a year you want to go in and refresh everything so it doesn't become stale or old content. But for the most part, your static pages are simply talking about your services. They're not going to need to be updated very often. Outside of your static pages, you might have a blog. Blogs are very good. They help you build content on a website. With sites like lawyer sites or plumbing sites or HVAC sites, the content is very boring information. There's only so much fluff you can put in there, right? Even outside of the useful information you have. So maybe you can do blog, 5 reasons not to drink and drive. 3 reasons not to drink and drive on Christmas. Or if you're Christmas time, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, everyone. Home improvement companies, right? If you're doing it for a solar company, 5 ways to be more energy efficient. Just random blogs that are helpful to people and add more useful content to your website, which can later be shared on social media, right? So you have static pages, you have your blogs, and you need on-page optimization. We'll go more into this in another video, but every piece of content you put on your website, every text, every video, every image you put on your website needs to be optimized. When we go into the other video, we'll talk about how to optimize images, how to optimize content, and the usefulness of it, but you need to make sure all of your content is optimized. I've had a lot of websites I've done where we had great content on the website, it was completely optimized, we didn't have a single backlink and not a single social media connection, and they were still ranking on the first page. This you need to make sure is always perfect. This is kind of your foundation, and once your foundation is built, now you can start building backlinks and building your reputation, right? So once your content is all good, launch a site with a decent amount of content, and then every month or every quarter keep adding more content to it. Next, you want to make sure you have good backlinks, right? What are backlinks? anytime someone mentions you on a website and links back to your website, you have one backlink. In another video, we'll go into the difference between backlinks and referring domains. For now, let's keep it simple. We'll stick with backlinks. So backlinks are your citations. Citations are anytime you're mentioned. So this could be in a directory like Yelp, Yellow Pages, right? Manta. You have your social profiles, right? Social media accounts for backlinks. So social profiles would be like Tumblr, Facebook, Instagram, right? Every time you make a new social media profile, there's a little link you get and it links back to your website. That's a backlink. Anytime you say blog or contribute a blog to another person's website, maybe you get something published in your local newspaper, right? So guest posting. Maybe you sponsored a local tennis kids tennis event, right? And you became a sponsor. They put you on their website as a sponsor, linked back to you. That's a backlink. So after your content on your website is good, you move over to backlinks. What this does is, as more and more people on the internet start mentioning you, talking about you, linking back to you, this gives your overall website more power, right? You raise your domain authority, your online reputation, and now that Google knows what your website's about by looking at your content, now they can see that you have some reputation on the internet, and they're gonna start boosting your website up on the rankings. Now, how do you give yourself a bit more of a boost and help your branding? Not a lot of companies tie social media in with SEO. I believe that it is very helpful. Google gets smarter every day. When you put something on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, they send off social signals. Google is definitely picking these up. And it is a factor in rankings. If not a big one, I think it definitely will be in the future. There's a list of over 200 factors Google looks at. We'll talk more into each of those in other videos. But on social media, you want to at least start off with the top ones. So you have your Facebook, you got Twitter, you got LinkedIn. You can go on and on for a lot of these. But really pick out you can make your profiles on a bunch of them, and you only have to keep updating maybe a handful, right? So Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, let's say those are the only ones you keep updated. So a way to share content on social media is these guest posts that you have that you're sharing on other websites. You can share those on social media. The blogs that you're writing on your own website, you can share those on social media, right? And then you don't even have to put any money into social media. You're just sharing stuff, interact with your followers, and over time, you're going to start getting more followers, more likes. Google's going to see, hey, these guys are active on social media. They have a lot of websites talking about them. That means they have a good reputation, and you keep updating your website. In the process of doing all of these things, you're making your website more powerful, and now it starts rising in the ranks of Google. I hope that was a little bit better than the first part. Basically, if you have a website, make sure it's user-friendly, make sure that you're providing a lot of useful information on the website, make sure all of the information is optimized, make sure you're active on social media, and make sure you're building quality backlinks, okay? Very important to remember. You might have a competitor, and you might say on the first page of Google, my average competitor has 1,000 backlinks, okay? You want to see how long it took them to build that 1,000 backlinks. They did not get those overnight. You can technically get backlinks overnight. You can get 1 million backlinks overnight, right? You might rank up there for a week, and then maybe a week later, Google completely throws your website off the search rankings. Now you have to put another month into cleaning up all the work you did, and you may or may not get your rankings back. Everything needs to be done naturally, in a quality way. If you have Google thinking you're purposely trying to manipulate the search engines, that is not going to be good for your website. So good content, good quality backlinks, optimize everything, and stay active on social media. If you do these things consistently, it's not about how aggressively you are on how aggressive your work is on SEO. It's more about how consistent you stay. The more consistent you are, the longer you do these, and the better you get at this stuff, your website guaranteed will start moving up the rankings of Google. If any SEO guarantees you #1 placement on Google, you walk the other way. But I guarantee this will get you increased rankings on Google. And until the next video, cheers.